No.
Does it say anywhere the purpose of all the myriads of planets and if this is the only place where there are human beings and we're trying to bring God down into our world, what was the purpose of all those other?
There's always two ways to look at everything that exists. There is its role in the grand scheme of existence, and then there is what we learn from it because we have seen it. So the Medrash says, there is no blade of grass on the earth that does not have a heavenly body providing life and growth for it. The fact that a blade of grass grows is due to sustenance that comes to the blade of grass from a physical body floating around somewhere in the sky. Obviously, everything else that's bigger than a blade of grass on the earth is impacted by these bodies that are in the sky. The perfect balance that allows for growth and life and things to flourish on this planet, the perfect balance is the result of all those bodies in the sky. The perfection of this world couldn't be possible if any single one of those heavenly spheres doesn't exist. Something on earth would be off if any one of those bajillion heavenly bodies doesn't exist. And so, in order for Hashem's beautiful garden, his home of homes, his favorite place, this physical world, to exist in all of its perfection and with its perfect balance and so on and so forth, every single one of those heavenly bodies is necessary. What do we learn from those bodies? That's a separate question, right? The Baal Shem Tov, there's a common teaching, well-known teaching from the Baal Shem Tov, that everything that Hashem allows to come into your awareness is in order to teach you a lesson. Because if Hashem didn't have a lesson for you to learn from that phenomena, Hashem would have kept it from your awareness. There's no reason for you to know about it if there's nothing for you to learn from it. Number one, we know that the heavenly bodies are in a constant process of bowing to Hashem. They're always and forever obeying the command of Hashem, bowing to his will. That's why the heavenly bodies move westward. The Shekhinah is in the west, and all the heavenly bodies move westward. That tells us that everything in nature is constantly obedient to Hashem, and that the only creature that exists in this whole physical plane that even has the option to disobey is none other than, hooray, yours truly, the human race. And so therefore we realize that we stand alone in our rebellion whenever we do rebel, God forbid. So that's lesson number one from the heavenly bodies. Constantly obey, obey, obey. We exist for the purpose of serving our Creator. Lesson number two, King David mentions that Hashem appoints the position of every star in the sky each night, and he calls them into their position by name. So, for example, when the sun sets over Cleveland and the stars appear, so people who are overlooking Hashem's hand in every facet of nature, and they just allow for the fact that those stars were set in their place in the sky, and as the globes moved around each other, so the stars appeared over Cleveland. David HaMelech says that's not so. The night that you experience is your own, created for you. The fact that the star existed a mile before, an hour before, that's not part of your reality. And Hashem creates every detail of your reality specifically for you. So when you see the stars appear in your world, in your reality, Hashem put them there for you to see them, enjoy them, and learn from them. What do we learn from them? That Hashem put each one there by name. And you say there's bajillions of them. How could Hashem call each one by name? And the lesson is every facet, every aspect, every detail of this existence, of this world, of this creation project is so precious to Hashem. He knows them all by name. If Hashem knows every star in the sky by name, he knows every kernel of grain on the earth by name. He knows every grain of sand by name, and certainly he knows you by name. And he remembers clearly everything you did for him, and every time chas v'shalom a person neglected him. There is no detail that is so small that has to be overlooked. So that's two lessons so far. One is that we exist to serve our Creator, and it behooves us, it would serve us well if we could be in a constant state of prostration, bowing to Hashem. And secondly, we should never ever think that we are not utterly significant to Hashem. We should never ever think that Hashem is overlooking us even for a moment. The fact that a moment ago we were in a certain spirit, maybe of rebellion, that doesn't mean that we, whoever we are in this moment, is not extremely valuable to Hashem, and that Hashem is not waiting to call us into his palace, into his union, into his oneness, if we would just make the right choice. So these are the lessons we learned from the stars.
I knew it wasn't a simple question, but wow, thank you.